What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown battle. This time we're still using the Mega Sableye team we ended off the last episode with, because you guys like Mega Sableye, and I did hear you guys' suggestions, and I'm going to start making some teams with some of the Pokemon you guys like, assuming, of course, that they're OU viable Pokemon. But regardless, getting into this team, I've already mentioned my team. Looking at his team, though, the matchups, I'm thinking maybe a Stealth Rock lead with Heatran. But Skarmory can definitely, or Skarmory, however you want to say it, can definitely set up some hazards. So I'm thinking he's going to lead off with that. So, and he doesn't really have a hard counter to my Sableye. So I'm thinking might as well just click Sableye as my usual lead. And so that's what I end up doing. He sends out Skarmory. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I can go for a Will-O-Wisp. But the thing is, so many teams with Heatrans will switch in on my Will-O-Wisp predicting it. So I immediately go out to my Excadrill because this is higher up on the ladder. He goes for Protect to scout what I'm going to do. I go for Earthquake because I actually have Toxic on this Excadrill. Now, predicting him to go into Skarmory, I actually pull a switch into my Sableye. Now, I saw that he brought in Heatran before, so I'm just going to go for a knockoff and hit whatever comes in hard, take off their item. And so he brings in Swampert, which I would have loved to have burnt. But I take away his leftovers, which lets me know that he's a bulky set, which is good to know because he's not going to be able to do much damage. I unfortunately missed the Willow as he stays in there. So I am just going to go for the second Willow. It's a safe play. I know I can't really die. And I have something that can tank a Flash Fire fire attack from Heatran, my Mega Man. So I send in Manaphy, which is tanks that plus 1 Lava Plume and takes like practically no damage from it. So I'm just going to be able to fire off a Scald, hope for a burn on whatever comes in. If not, I just get some free damage and I'm okay with that. So he sends in Skarmory. I send in Gemini Man to bounce whatever he could have potentially done. He predicts that and goes for Heatran, so good play on his part. I take the Lava Plume like a champ, but I get burnt. I get burnt, which is really annoying because that's going to hurt my ability to stall. Going to make me recover more times than I would have liked to. He shows that he has Ancient Power, which is good to know because I didn't know very many Heatrans carried Ancient Power, but apparently it's a thing to counter Talonflames, and it's caught me off guard a couple times. And I've really got to remember that these Heatrans have Ancient Power. But anyways, I'm able to recover back to close to full HP minus burn damage. And now I'm able to send in Mega Man, who can take a Lava Plume, who can take an Ancient Power, take a Flash Cannon, anything that this Heatran has. And I'm able to fire off another Scald for free, get some damage on whatever wants to come in. And because of these switches, I do want to get up my Rock soon. So I am looking to get Gliscor in here soon. But I get the burn on Skarmory, which is really helpful because if he is going to try and heal off, it's going to hurt his ability. Now, expecting him to try and get Spikes up or something as a last effort, he uses Custap Berry, uses Whirlwind, which gets bounced by my Mega Sableye. So he sends in Lucario. I'm just hoping, okay, hopefully I can cripple this thing. And then Mega Sableye will have pretty much done its job. So I'm burnt and I've got 5% HP, but now he's a burnt Lucario. Against my physically defensive Gliscor, like, that's not going to do anything. So I can safely bring in Batman, who can now set up rocks, which are going to kill Skarmory upon switch in, going to get some damage on this Heatran that loves to switch into my Sableye, and now I can send in Mega Man against this Swampert. Waterfall does 17%. It's a bulky variant, I knew that, so I knew I could tank whatever hit this thing had to offer, and I can fire off another Scald for free. I thought he was going to sack his Skarmory. He brings in Lucario, which is going to take burn damage as well. Maybe he just wanted to sack it. I don't know if he's got extreme speed. He does outspeed and goes for close combat, but because of the burn, it's not going to do much damage at all. And I'm able to just take it like a champ. And because I know he's going to die this turn anyways, I just set up a Rain Dance so that whatever comes in, if he tries to status me, I can just heal it off with Hydration. Also, what's really helpful is a lot of Manectrics run Overheat or some Flame Attack plus Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and HP Ice. So I expect him to go for Thunderbolt. I bring an Excadrill, and I know that even if he has Overheat or something like that, I can take it in the rain, especially being specially defensive. So I'm just going to stay in and go for the Earthquake, get some good damage off, expecting the Waterfall, and because I know from earlier that I can take this thing with Manaphy, he gets a crit with Waterfall. I know that unless he gets another crit and outspeeds, I'm dead, so I can just get a rest up, and I heal at the end of the turn anyways. But I forget that Rain Dance ends that turn, so I stupidly just end up asleep here, and he gets to take a couple turns to just fire off attacks at me, which is just a misplay on my part. So that's my bad. I should have gone for a Rain Dance or a Scald and could have taken this thing. He's going to go for Toxic, which was really surprising because I was already asleep, or maybe he predicted a switch. I bring in Mega Sableye, but my bounce Toxic misses. So now Peace Love Pink, my Clefable, is able to wall this Swampert and take damage. Heal Bell is going to be important because now I can actually use Manaphy to wall his team again. Now that it's not asleep, it takes the Ancient Power like a champ. The only thing I don't like about using Heal Bell on this team is that I have Toxic Orb, Gliscor, so there's a little bit of lack of synergy there. Same with Moonlight and Rain Dance. But now he gets the special defense drop, which is really annoying because that is going to affect my ability to, recover and then do some damage to him. But I'm able to get the rest off. I'm surprised he went for another Ancient Power because I got the Spadef drop. But whatever, I'll take it. I can fire off a Scald. Rain Boosted Scald does 54%. And I'm like, I'll take that. And after the Spadef drop, Earth Power does like 25%. So I'm totally okay with this. I can just keep firing off Scalds, and he protects. I'm like, okay, I can take the Leftovers HP. But with Leftovers HP, he can probably take one more Scald. So good stuff on his part. He sends in Slowbro, which is probably going to take a Rain Boosted Scald really well. I'm hoping for the burn. I don't get it though. And he's able to hit back with something. I don't really know what though. I've got U-turn so I can maintain some switch advantage. I don't know exactly what he's going to go for, so I send in Clefable, which can pretty much sponge anything special. Now he gets the Toxic off, which is kind of annoying because it's going to put a timer on me, but I am a Heal Bell Clefable, so I can just get rid of that damage super well. He decides to sack Skarmory to see what I'm going to do. I didn't really get that move. I just got a chance to Heal Bell, and now I'm back to where I was. I'm at 100%. His Slowbro took some damage, and his Skarmory is dead, so I didn't really like that. He obviously threatens Flash Cannon. At this point, I see he has Ancient Power, Lava Plume, Earth Power, and Protect, so he doesn't really have anything to counter my Clefable. He goes for Ancient Power, and I'm able to just wall his entire team with Manaphy, pretty much. Set up the Rain Dance. Again, I'm not too worried. I can bring in Excadrill here. Even if he goes for an Overheat or HP Ice or something like that. See, look, a super effective Overheat from a Mega Manectric special tank does 35% in the rain. And now he's lowered special attack, so I can fire off some free attack. I get the Earthquake, which is decent damage against this Slowbro. And now I can just switch into Manaphy, which can definitely stall out the Slowbro. His Scald, and I mean, the thing is, I'm in the rain, so even if he goes for Scald and hopes for a burn, I can heal it off at the end of each turn, whereas if I get a burn on him, he can't heal it off at the end of each turn because of hydration. Even if he goes for Toxic, like, I can just set up another Rain Dance, because it's only going to do Leftovers amount on the first turn. So I am perfectly comfortable stalling out this thing, especially because even if I run out of Scald PP, I can rest, and also I can rest outside of rain so that I don't have to use moves and waste PP while he does. So I definitely win this stall war, and as much as I hate stall wars, that is what sadly has to happen. He could switch out and get Regenerator HP, but there's nothing that really wants to take a Scald. So he decides to sack his Heatran, maybe predicting a rest. That's totally cool. Good job on his part, predicting when I was going to go for the rest. But at this point, he's below 50% HP, and my Rain Boosted Scald did 54% last time, so there's no way he's tanking that. Again, I mean, I can send in Excadrill and just wall this Manectric. I don't know what he's going to go for here. Thunderbolt, there's no way Overheat's going to do anything to me, except now there's no rain, but I did see that Overheat did like 35% in the rain, so I know I can take it. But he gets a T-Bolt with a crit, which is going to do quite a bit of damage to my Clefable. I think I can take another one, so I do, and go for Moonlight. And because Thunderbolt only did 38%, unless he gets another crit, this Clefable can just wall out his Manectric hard. He gets the Para-Hacks though, which is kind of annoying, but I mean, it's part of the game. So I'm just hoping I don't get fully paralyzed and I can fire off a Moonblast, but that is really annoying because I do get Para-Hacked, and that means I'm just going to have to try and recover and recover and recover. But he gets 2 of them in a row, which means this Clefable is pretty much dead, and it wasn't able to do much. Otherwise, it could have gotten some solid damage off on Manectric to the point where Talonflame could have cleaned it up, which would have been really helpful. So I am able to send an Excadrill. I can take an Overheat, but at this point, I'm able to just sack my Clefable, because then he's at half his special attack, and I can bring in my Manaphy super safely, because at this point nothing is going to want to take an attack from Manaphy. I can stall out the Slowbro, and I can also hit the Swampert hard, and his Manectric didn't have the ability to hit me hard. So he was going to be forced to switch into something that didn't want to take a Scald, and Manaphy was definitely the solution there. So this is going to be the end of his Slowbro. Oh, he slacks off, and we got another mini Stall War. Which is kind of annoying, but, you know, Stall is it's a strategy that's kind of grown with the Aurus OU because of Mega Sableye and Mega Altaria and Mega Diancie. Some of these Pokemon that are just bulkier and can take a lot more hits. They can support teammates well and act as really good pivots or even setup sweepers. So Stall has become more prevalent in today's metagame. You kind of have to be prepared for it. Now, if he's just going to keep slacking off, this is really annoying. I'm going to actually speed up the pace of the battle real quick and speed this up a bit because this can get pretty annoying. Yeah, I was surprised by how useful Manaphy was. I was not very aware of it. A lot of people usually run a Tail Glow set used for sweeping, but no, I definitely chose to run this Stally one. So now I'm thinking, okay, what can I do here? I send in my Batman, and I can just keep going for U-turns and get some damage off on this thing. But more importantly, my Batman is like a stall breaker in that it knows taunt, so it can't slack off, which is something that was just really annoying me. I can afford to sack the Gliscor, but I outspeed it, which is really important. So I know I can get a good U-turn off, and then he's going to go for Scald. I can bring in Manaphy again. I can tank these hits like a champ, and, you know, back to the stall game, except he can't slack off in the meantime. So he's going to switch out, bring in Manectric, which is going to, you know, of course, threaten me out. But it doesn't take a Scald very well. So at this point, if he switches out Manectric, it's dead. So I can sack whatever I want, and I can bring in Talonflame, go for a Brave Bird. So I'm totally cool with this. Manectric knowing HP Ice, I expected that, and now I get a free switch into Karen. And I can go for Brave Bird just fine. I can roost off damage too, so like I'm totally cool with that. Critical hit was definitely helpful there. I can go for another Brave Bird. Knowing that a critical hit does times 1.5 damage, I was able to calculate that I would have killed it there. So I'm totally cool with that. I'm not so sure about the Swampert though, so I bring in Mega Man, who can wall this Swampert out, get some damage off, and probably KO the Swampert. And that's pretty much GG. Stone Edge would have probably killed there, but now both of his Pokemon are in Brave Bird damage range, so Talonflame would have cleaned this game up for sure. And yeah, the team works out really well. I would encourage you guys to try it out. So GG to him. This put me over 1400 and put him under 1400. It was a good match. Definitely smart plays on his part. I was pretty proud of it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching it. So let me know if you guys have any requests for future battles. If you want to battle me, of course, be sure to let me know, and maybe you'll end up in one of these episodes. But until the next episode, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.